So uncivilized.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Uncivilized Scoundrels. I'm your host, El Profesoro, aka Mario. Y'all know me. And yeah, we've been gone for a minute, y'all. And first and foremost, let me go ahead and introduce the panel real quick. First joining us tonight, we got Rrr Mmmm from Positive Fandom. Rrr Mmmm, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's always a great night when I'm here with you all about to talk about Star Wars.
Yes,
Definitely. Love it. Can't wait for these Thursday nights when we can get together and chat about this.
Yes,
And my co-host, Lael, aka Orange Juice Slim.
Yes.
Yo, you gotta what's going on with that, man?
Because the name Orange Juice Jones was already taken, so I just had to call myself Orange Juice Slim.
Wow, so OJ's a thing now, huh?
Yeah, Orange Juice Slim. So nah, it's just I don't know. I just like to try to do something a tad bit different. Yeah.
All right, I see.
But nah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. It's good times, man. Yes, I'm ready to just jump into it and have this conversation about Star Wars, bro, all day. We've been delaying. I kind of, bro. I miss Cali, bro. I miss Disney. I just need to come back. Like I do, bro. I miss it so much, man. We just talk about it every day. I just miss being at Galaxy's Edge, bro. I can just live there for the rest of my life, bro.
It's not going anywhere, man. I mean, it'll be ready for you when both of you guys get back.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully more permanently this time.
See, Anthony Rogers, he gets it. Walking in the rain, you know what how it is. That's where the name came from. He got it. He got it.
Speaking of Anthony, what's up, Anthony, man? Good to see you here, bro. Who else we got in the chat? We got Mary Sullivan. Hi there. We got my man, Dennis Perez, Puerto Rican statue collector. Hello from Puerto Rico.
What's going on, Puerto Rico?
What's up, man? I hope you're doing everything well, dude. And we also got AJ Agrusa in the house. What's going on, my brother? And Quinn Aguirre. I haven't seen Quinn in a minute, man. Hope
yo.
But yeah, dude, it's been nice out here, bro. I mean, for July, we've been like, I don't know, low 80s.
Yeah.
Been like chill.
Yeah.
It's been cool. It's been cool. Chile. Willie's in the house. What's going on, Chile? Good to see you. But yeah, enough about this weather. Let's go ahead and get into some topics. First and foremost, what I want to chat about is that, so we've been gone for a while, guys. I mean, we actually never really got a chance to talk much about Celebration or about some of our experiences. So we can kind of chat about that a little bit if you want, because the thing is, Celebration 2023 UK tickets actually went up for sale with very little notice this time.
Yeah.
And they're still available. I believe the Jedi package went ahead and pretty much sold out from what I understand. But yeah, man, I mean, after the experiences that we all had, I mean, it was my first time going. I absolutely loved it. I didn't get a chance to hit that many panels like someone over here did. She like killed it. Just killed Celebration. She was just like everywhere all at once. I loved it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to have to like clean closer to her next time, you know, just so I can like try to get into some of these panels. But is anybody going, first of all?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Did y'all secure your tickets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a fiasco, but yeah, I did. I had issues, so shout out to Sean. Sean, he provided the access to make sure that I got those tickets and they were secure, because, bro, I was in the queue and I was in that queue first go. I got in after 10 minutes. I had access to get the Jedi tickets if I wanted to, but I didn't because it was just too costly. So I just went and got two. I was going to get two. First, when I was in there, I was getting 2 4-day passes. And when I got to the very end, you know, when it says the shipping, I forgot that you can't put standard because it's the UK. So you have to actually get a different shipping method. When I got to the very end, it told me I had to go back and change the shipping method, but it wouldn't let me go back. It would have kicked me out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, so I couldn't actually cycle back because it wouldn't have let me. So by the time I got back, whatever, it had kicked me out, timed me out. So luckily I called Sean. I messaged Sean. Sean was in and he got the tickets and secured them for me. But that process
Nice.
was hell, bro. I was snapping. I was so hurt.
Oh boy.
But luckily enough, I did get the 4-day passes.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited about
Okay.
that. I didn't get the I wanted to get the Jedi, but I'm like, it was just too costly, bro. And I can't get one Jedi and not get the other one for Toya. So
Of course.
I was like, let me just get the, and hopefully I'll be able to get it on panels. I don't what did you secure?
I did get just the regular 4-day passes, one for my mom and one for myself.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this made sense. I mean, because the thing is, maybe the paneling there might be different. Maybe it might be a way that you can get in, but we are talking about the UK, so it might be just as tough. I don't know, but just to have the experience, to be in London, to be over there in the UK, I'm just going to be happy about that and still, have the same experiences. So I just couldn't say no. I couldn't say no, bro. I just have to go. I have to go.
You guys ever been out there, like just in general?
I've been to Forest Gate, England, but I was never in London. You know what I mean? So that I always wanted to go to London. So I'm definitely anticipating that.
Well, the last time I was in London was in 2017. So we were supposed to go back in 2020, but nobody could travel then. So it's an overdue trip.
Yeah, no, definitely. I personally, as of right now, didn't get a chance to purchase any tickets, but that doesn't mean that it might not happen closer to the event. Don't know. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. I'll see what happens. But we got a couple of people just rolling into the chat tonight. We got OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. How's it going, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through tonight. We got the talented Ranch Talentino. What's going on, my brother? Yeah, everyone watching, hit that like button. Yes, please, definitely. It definitely helps out with this video and everything else. Commander H. Green, my dude. What's going on, man?
My God.
Good to see you, bro. And Rob V's in the house. Display's looking nice. Hey, thanks, man. Hopefully get y'all a tour soon. I mean, I'm done making promises, empty promises, guys. I'm so sorry about everything. It'll get here when it gets here,
Yeah,
so
it happened when it happens.
future.
Meanwhile, we get to enjoy it. We can see both of your collections so well. I enjoy seeing that. So
yeah, I got an empty space right there. I have to put Anakin and Ahsoka in. So yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, man. With those empty spaces, what's going on?
Because I'm filming. I'm currently right now filming Ahsoka and well, actually just Anakin. Right now, I have Anakin versus Maul. I'm just doing something different. You know what I mean? So once I'm done, I'm going to put both Anakin and Ahsoka back into that top shelf there. So yeah,
nice.
They're cool figures, man.
Yeah, definitely.
They're cool figures. Real quick, shout out to my man James C. Dude, this guy he's amazing. Finally back home to Canada from being in China for a long time. My dude, welcome home, James. Glad you made it back safely, bro. AJ says that I will make it to Celebration in one of the years coming up. It'll happen possibly the next stateside one. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hope to go. To be honest, because I personally never been overseas. I haven't really been much out of the country, to be honest, except for I don't know if TJ actually counts. When I was younger, but other than that, yeah, I would love to go, man. I really would, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Joel P is in the house. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming through. But yeah, so I mean, early, it's just tickets just dropped. I mean, like I said, it was so sudden. I mean, nobody was really prepared for this. I mean, we just got out, right? And then now it's even sooner than normal. Coming in, when is it dropping in April, right? So typically, it's around May or so. Yeah, I mean, before with all the delays, I remember I think it was first originally in May, and then it got pushed to like August or something like that. And pushed back to May. So I really didn't think that it would actually come by this soon.
Yeah, it's real soon, bro. Real soon. Like, but I think no. Go ahead.
Well, Leo, the three of us were talking about this before as well. That not only was it soon, but then they surprised us when the tickets were going to be sold. It was kind of like quick. You have a few days for the tickets to be sold, and it's like, excuse me, what?
Yeah, right. Everybody
really
spent their money at Celebration, and all of a sudden, hey, you guys got to get tickets now.
Like you got to get it now. But I think one of the biggest things because I thought about it, I was like, well, this is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi this year. You know what I mean? Well, in April. So I think that was already planned out, but with everything that happened with COVID and this time being moved close, you know, with the constant rescheduling and stuff like that, you know, for Anaheim, they couldn't change this. So it was like, okay, we just have to see how it's going to happen or see if it works. So, yeah, that announcement came quick. And I remember like when we were at Anaheim, you know, because our private chat, we were all talking about it. And I was like, you know what, let me just secure the hotel right now just to make sure at least that's out the way. But I'm thinking that they weren't going to release tickets until like maybe like January or, you know, February or something like that. But I was like, well, possibly because that's too soon. But then again, wow, that was interesting, man. That was an interesting move. You're muted again, Mario.
Muted. What the hell? I think if they would have stretched it out to like about an announcement, maybe around, I don't know, August or
October or something like that.
Yeah. I think that would have been. I think that would have been much better and easier on everybody's wallets. You know,
yeah, people have been prepared.
Most of what just came off. Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to pay for it, and Toya's the one who was like, "Yo, let's just drop it right now." She just said, nope, we're going." So she paid for it.
Yeah,
I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, I remember you were talking about how you were going to bow out. Then all of a sudden, Toya was like, "Nope, you ain't getting out."
Yeah,
that
she was
easy,
like, "Nah," because she wants to go to London, and I want her to have that experience. So yeah,
Toya, she's living her best life, bro. The fact that she came out here for the first time, now she's going to London, dude, man.
Yeah. We got to make it happy. This is my tag team partner, bro, and it's like she just brings that energy. You know, I've never been with someone who's been so involved like that, bro. So, you know, yeah, it's excited. It's exciting.
OG fan, what did he say? May 26th,
1983.
Say, Return of the Jedi with my best friend whose father took us for a birth. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
bro. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember that
event, bro. I gotta remember that, man.
Watch Return of the Jedi, but
because I remember seeing the trailer on Cisco and Ebert. That was the first time I saw the trailer on Cisco and Ebert. And when they showed that, and the first thing that they showed was the speeders, like the speeder bikes. I was like, no, get the bro. I was so hyped. I was so hyped. Yeah, I remember that. Man.
I remember being damn near front row, watching that movie in the theater, and just looking up at that speeder bike scene. I was like, what am I watching? What is going on? It was so cool, man. But yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, like I said, tickets going up on sale. Hopefully, maybe some of y'all out in the chat will be able to go and catch up with Rrr Mmmm and Leal, and who knows if I get a chance to head out there.
Yeah, man.
That remains to be seen. Guys, there's another Disney Plus show coming out fairly soon.
Yes,
and it might not be the one you're thinking about. This is something else. So we got a bit of a trailer the other day, or about, I think sometime, what was it, earlier this week or last week? Industrial Light and Magic.
Oh,
doing something.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
I cannot wait.
I love stuff like this.
I love their docos, bro. I love their documentaries.
Absolutely, man. I mean, seeing these kind of things behind the scenes, it's just like it's just so interesting, man. And I mean,
hell yeah,
just watching
bro.
all the different VFX, what's going on here, and
yeah, man.
Yeah. So did you guys actually see the trailer? Because we see they talk about them going, in their youth, how nothing like this has ever been done as far as like VFX on this kind of level that that some of the studios were actually looking for. So Lucas just basically had to create everything from scratch. Yeah. And he hired a team full of everyone that had no idea what they were doing, but they pulled it off of Star Wars, man, with the original Star Wars, not A New Hope, but Star Wars. And I'm excited for this. So these kind of documentary stuff like this, I am really, really excited to see.
Heck yeah.
But then again, at the same time, it'll probably be like another thing about staying out till midnight to watch the show and going to bed late and all that fun stuff. You guys even later at 3 a.m. if you guys are down to pull that off. But wow. But anyone else excited for this?
I am. I was at the panel for this particular documentary, more or less, at Star Wars Celebration. So I saw everybody who's in the actual documentary except for George Lucas. So it was very exciting to see everybody who's still alive, let's say, from that era talk about their experiences. And, it was just wonderful. They showed a certain percentage of the documentary, and the panel was talking about, the challenges that they had and what it was like to be there at that time. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the final production. You know, so it's going to be good. It's going to be very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of looking at all these props and how they put everything together from just scrap parts, right? They took a bunch of little things from different places and they made a lightsaber handle.
Yeah.
I mean, look at here with the land speeder. These guys look like they're just having a blast, just testing it out. I mean, this must have been just like hella fun on the set, y'all. But yeah, Leo, you excited for this?
Heck yeah, bro. Because I mean, just watching the other documentary that they put out, I watched that several times, bro. I mean, I'll just constantly watch it. Sometimes I watch it like once a week because I like looking at what happens behind it. And then on top of that, it's like watching it and how it's filmed takes you back to nostalgia, bro. What it really felt like, back in the late 70s, early 80s, stuff like that. How you felt then, bro. Even having the figures, having these, the X-Wing and stuff like that, having like and these are prop models, but just having them yourself, in toy form. Bro, it's amazing. Just the technology to see that a company, especially for me, which is kind of stupid, but for me, watching a company that, especially like George Lucas is like the god for me when it comes to bringing us such an incredible IP and to see the successes of how he's evolved and, how they basically built nothing, this from scratch, something out of nothing, you know what I mean? Like, was amazing. And, I love to see it in documentary form. Like, I cannot wait for it, bro. Like, then we get this, we get something else afterwards, coming next month. We already know what that is, man. This is like a great time to be a Star Wars fan, to be alive right now, bro. Despite what anybody wants to say, like, I just love it, bro. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we mentioned this so many times. I mean, I think they're just an embarrassment of riches right now when it comes to Star Wars. I mean, in general, we're being so spoiled with all this content that's coming out.
Yeah.
Will it be good or bad? And sometimes it does actually turn out for the better, when some other people get a hold of it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, just seeing this stuff, like you mentioned, how they just took a bunch of scraps. They made something out of nothing.
Yeah,
right?
bro.
This is a timeless classic. And then, for the recognition that they gained from all these from everywhere else.
Yeah.
And to this day, they're the go-to for the VFX. So I am really excited, man. I love seeing these kind of documentaries. I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, I mean, me personally, even like when they did like some of the Disney stuff, like for the parks, I love stuff like that, man. And yeah, I'm all for it. I can't really wait to see it. It's gonna be really gonna be amazing. So let me go ahead and switch gears into the other show that we're going to talk about. So during Celebration, we did receive a couple trailers that did drop. I'm not going to talk about anything that leaked. We don't want to talk about that at all. We just want to talk about what we've all actually seen. Andor, guys. Andor, and it's coming out at the end of August. It's next month. It's about a month and a half away. Again, bro. Comic-Con's right around the corner. SDCC's right around the corner. Yeah. Then after that, we got Andor, man. It's just like, I'm loving. This year's been so fun, man, and just so much cool stuff that's coming out. But I mean, looking at Andor, I think, I'm excited about this timeline.
Yeah, I am too. Bro.
I mean, just seeing everything just built up, from the beginnings of the Rebel Alliance, and just seeing how this kid is just gonna like. Just evolve and becomes who he becomes. It's just gonna be crazy. Bro. Yeah. And then we're seeing early Empire. We're seeing familiar troopers. We saw some Death Troopers. It's fun. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys? I mean, especially coming off of Kenobi right now. I mean, we have more episodes in this one, don't we? Don't we have like 10 or 12?
I think it's 12 episodes. I think it's about 12 episodes. Yeah.
Finally, it's gonna be nice to receive an actual
series, bro,
TV
where you can
series.
it can breathe and it can really breathe the way it's supposed to. Yeah,
exactly, man. Because I mean, given with the Book of Boba Fett and along with Kenobi, just being we clearly see these 6 episode seasons, they don't work.
Yeah,
there's just so much. I mean, there was just so little story to tell and so much filler that they put in that everything could have been completely tightened up. We'll talk about that in a little bit in like a movie. So yeah, I'm really excited about the fact, like you said, we're getting 12 episodes, and in this time, I'm all for it.
Definitely,
Yeah.
bro.
What are you thinking about this Andor series, and how excited are you for it?
Well, it certainly looks really good. We certainly are getting a lot of detail in it.
Hmm.
Everything from the characters to the locations, even to the uniforms.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever really gotten a series like this that's as detailed as this
Hmm.
series. So from the
Hmm.
trailer alone, it has so much in it. And I think Mon Mothma is in this one, correct?
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yes, she is,
excited to
and she has a more
Hmm.
prominent role. They say she has a really prominent role in this. So
That's
yeah,
gonna be
I'm really excited to
that's gonna be
see
good.
what her character will entail in this. So it should be interesting to see her before she had gone full Rebel Alliance, so to speak. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's going to be a fantastic show as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know. I mean, I know there's a bit of Coruscant in the show. Obviously, there would
Hmm.
have to be because I think Mon Mothma is there at the time. But
yeah.
I we've kind of about the only thing we've gotten so far is Alderaan, after the fall of the Jedi, and now we're going to be seeing Coruscant after the fall of the Jedi. So
Hmm.
this is pretty much the first time we're seeing that, so that's also going to be kind of interesting to see how that particular city has
Absolutely.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
there was a shot in there where we see like I don't know if the Senate was empty or if it was completely new, but just seeing that I was like, wow,
Hmm.
I'm really curious where they can go with this.
Hmm.
And like you said, just seeing what's going on Coruscant these days,
Hmm.
especially with Palpatine's reign right now as
Yeah.
under the Empire. It's got to be, I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
it's
and
gonna be interesting nonetheless.
from rumors that we know right now, from what they're basically saying, it is a possibility, or they're saying that Moff Tarkin is supposed to be in this.
Oh,
Yeah, that we're going to see him in this. So that's going to be interesting, bro. Definitely.
I
I'm hyped.
wonder. They don't have to age him up, do they? I mean,
What,
this is like
Tarkin?
a Tarkin. Yeah,
Nah,
this is probably because
they
do we know
don't.
how long this is actually before the events of Rogue One?
5 years
This,
before Rogue One
yeah,
is the first
They're
season of
they might
Andor.
yeah.
well
And we're
they
going to
might
see
have to
time
age him up a
jumps
bit.
too in the season.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting, interesting. So all out, we're gonna see some more back to tanks again with these time jumps, or
I hope not. I hope not the back to takes.
oh my gosh, yo. Let's check out with the chat again real quick, man. We got Knights of Ren 789 in
Hi.
the house. What's going on, brother? He's got a couple grails in lately, man. He's got my man's got Tarkin coming in. Speaking of Tarkin, he's got Tarkin coming in pretty soon, man.
Oh,
So
for
I'm
real?
happy for you, bro.
My
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely coming through. OG fan necessity is the mother of all inventions. Lucas and ILM created the whole new way of filming VFX and upped it in every single film. They really did, man.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that's ILM, man.
Yes,
You
they
know what a
did.
story. Yeah, excited to learn more about Andor's character. Same here, bro. I mean, I thought Diego Luna's character in Rogue One was really really interesting. I mean, we see somebody doing what they have to do to get the job done, regardless of the cost. And
Hmm.
the thing, it's like
By any
you don't
means
think
necessary.
exactly, and they're like legit rebels in a sense, kind of like terrorists
Like
to the
terrorists, like
empire.
literally
You
terroristic.
know,
Yeah, bro.
you can totally see that.
Hmm.
Yo, my man Local losing the house. What's popping, people?
Hello.
What's going on,
What's
my
going on
brother?
with you, brother?
And as always, coming through, hit that like button. You guys know what to do. You
Yeah.
guys know what to do, man. I
Hell
love
yeah.
Loco, dude. I miss my dude. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, Andor's gonna be fun. They just had some article. I think it was on Entertainment Weekly or something. They showed off a new little photo, which unfortunately I didn't have the time to dig it up, but it's out there. I don't think much was said, actually on that, but I am definitely looking forward to it. Again,
Yeah.
August 31st, it'll be here soon enough, man. It
Yeah.
will definitely, be here really, really soon.
It's exciting, bro.
Who do we got? J-Lam, Lamour, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming through. Cobra's collection. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Players and
What up?
pimpettes. What's
going
going
on
on,
with
dude?
you? What's going on
What's
with you?
happening, man? Yeah. Thank you, everybody, tonight in the chat for coming through, man. Really appreciate it. Y'all, we're just hanging out, just
Hell
chatting
yeah.
Star Wars, and just having some of the best times actually doing this.
Man.
So, let me switch topics again. Leo.
Yo.
So last Thursday, we didn't do Scoundrels because a little film came out called Thor: Love and Thunder, which which received amazing reception, didn't it? By your boy, our boy, Taika Waititi. Look, I love the stuff that he does. He's done really, really great work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I know sometimes they're concerned about him pushing the comedic value in some of these movies that should have somewhat more of a I don't want to say like a darker tones, to say, but kind of something more on a serious side.
Mm-hmm.
But just to kind of like obstruct everything with the jokes. Yeah. So we all know that he's working on a Star Wars trilogy. Mm-hmm. I thought he directed, what was it, the last episode of The Mandalorian?
Yeah,
I thought he did a great job for the first season.
Yeah,
did great.
Yeah,
and from that, I guess one time directing will earn anybody a shot at their own trilogy or some sort of Star Wars project.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So our dude was on. He was on doing an interview with Rolling Stone, and one of the first things that is brought up is Natalie Portman, man. And let me go ahead and play this for y'all.
And then I said to her, she goes, "What are you up to next?" And I said to Natalie, "What are you up to next?" And she goes, she said to me, "What are you up to next?" I said, "I'm trying to work on a Star Wars thing. Have you ever wanted to be in a Star Wars movie?"
You did not say that to her.
I forgot about those ones.
Yeah, I mean, things slip your mind from time to time. What was her response to that?
She said, "I've been in a Star Wars movie." And I went, "Should we do another take?"
Yeah, I don't know how to take that, man. I mean, because Taika, the guy's a clown. He's a joker, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you think he was serious about this? I mean, did he really offer Natalie Portman a role as possibly a new character in his own Star Wars film? And without him remembering that she was a very important character in the series as Padme? I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of scary.
I don't know. Did you want to go first?
It's so unusual, but Taika seems to be drawn to the strange and unusual. He isn't. He's not impressed with himself unless he's making a fool of himself. So that's maybe the most concise type of way to describe it. I'm sure he knew that she was in another film, so I don't quite understand what he's getting at. I mean, I think it's just a soundbite for him, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe he's working on something.
Look,
with her in the Naboo era, maybe. I don't know. Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead.
Hey, look, he directed and an amazing episode in The Mandalorian. So I'm not going to take that away from him. He knows how to bring certain gravitas to certain things, certain episodes, and he did that with that. I loved it. I think with Thor: Love and Thunder being it's a different IP was the simple fact that they kind of, it was Taika unleashed, and because they allowed him to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, say what you want about her, I don't care, but Kathleen Kennedy ain't going for that shit. She's not. It's not going to be one of those situations where she's going to be like, "Yo, you're allowed to do this." No, they're going to bring it back, and I'd be surprised if that conference. So here's the thing: every time Taika Waititi talks about Star Wars, he talks about it with a lot of reserve. If you notice, when he was on Jimmy Kimmel, he did the same thing. When he was on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, everything he's been on, he's talked about it with a bit of reserve. His head goes down. He tries to keep it very reserved and quiet because he's trying to write something he thinks the fans will have fun with, that they'll love. And I think it's because the thing is, he knows he's under watchful eye. He knows what happened with other directors who have, made attempts to Lord and Miller make something, a gag out of something. They didn't like it. They reeled that back in. It was like, nope, it's not going to happen. And I think that's going to be the same said about that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that conversation has actually been had in the studio. Like, yo, yeah, we saw what you did with Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, we can't have that type of environment here. Because the thing is, people want to talk about, and they've said this before. Well, come on, man, he made an enjoyment film for kids. Really, talking about orgies and everything like that was an enjoyable film for kids.
What the hell? How was that family?
How was that family oriented? So that's what I'm saying. So again, I don't think that they're going to allow that in, especially in this universe. I think they're going to reel him back in. If they give him a chance to do it, we just have to basically wait and see. Am I scared? Am I a bit reserved about it? Yeah, I'm a bit reserved. I mean, based on what we actually saw, but I'm like, maybe it's a totally different thing. Maybe he'll be under watchful eye. And what Garrett Edwards, when he directed Rogue One, was under watchful eye as well. So I think that, again, we just got to kind of wait and see, because they're not going to, I mean, he's already made the announcement. Everybody knows he's doing it right now. But again, they don't care. If they don't like it, they'll reel it back in and be like, nope, we'll find somebody else. So I'm not really too upset about it. But again, based off of what we saw with Thor: Love and Thunder, am I a bit like cautious about it? Yeah, very much so. So we'll see.
AJ says that the only way I would say it was okay is if it was in some random one-off that was clearly supposed to be a comedy, like another Droids movie.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Something that can work.
And clearly he shouldn't be making children's films.
No. I mean, look, Jojo Rabbit, I loved it.
Jojo Rabbit was good.
That was a fun film, man. I mean, he came out, he did his thing, centered around kids. I mean, it was kind of touchy about the subject matter and the timeline where it was at, what was going on. But still, he was able to, the tone of the movie actually shifted during a certain part. And I thought he did an amazing job. So I don't want to count him out completely. It's just that, how we Star Wars fans are, man. Don't play with our emotions.
Nah, bro.
We'll come out with pitchforks and freaking
and can't
torches,
do that.
man, with this man.
You definitely
we'll light
can't
you
do
up,
that,
bro. So, wow, 1/6 Spaceballs 2. Yeah, this could be the search for more money, man. Oh my god,
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's so
definitely.
tough.
Shout out to MB Dyson in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you here. Pedro 23. Pedro, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. What else did we got going on? Yeah, Corbo's collection was like WTF. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, bro.
Pedro says that Taika needs to stay away from Star Wars. I don't necessarily agree with that 100%. I mean, the guy,
he directed it. He's already been in Star Wars. He's directed one. He's been a character. I mean, I think he can do it, but I think there has to be someone kind of like, holding him on a string a little bit to say, look, you know what I mean? We need, Star Wars is already under a lot of scrutiny as it is, from different fans. We don't want that. We can't have that here. It's too important. And I think he realizes that. I think he knows that. So we just have to kind of wait and see. It's like a wait and see type of thing.
I wonder what he would have done with the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, wow. I don't think it could have been any worse. Oh, man. I mean, it would have gave everybody something to laugh at.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Luminar's in the house. What's going on, Lumi? Good to see you. Hey, Lumi, I need to message you. I found something for you that might be of some interest. And yeah, we'll talk later.
Lumi.
And you know what? Going to that, actually, on that particular subject, let me go ahead and switch gears. And you were all talking earlier about going back to Galaxy's Edge. Well, guess what? Maybe the next time you come out here, there's some new lightsabers that dropped. And you might be interested in some of these. Look, I'm sorry. Why am I thinking Cal Kestis? That already came out. Kanan Jarrus.
Kanan Jarrus.
This is actually
when is it coming?
Batch.
When is it dropping?
I think sometime in the near future. Maybe within the next few months, I believe.
But Mario, I need to send you some money.
Caleb Doom. Hey, bro. You know what? Maybe you should just fly out again, dude. Come on back. Come on back.
Yo.
Yeah, no, I definitely got you. But also, too, we've also got Plo Koon. They also announced that Plo Koon. This one actually started showing up.
That's not that. Yeah. Plo Koon actually, bro. Plo Koon is getting a lot of love lately. And because people know that is Dave Filoni's favorite character, I got a strange feeling he's going to show up somewhere in live action again. Somewhere.
Possibly.
They're going to try to find a way to shoehorn him in some way. And it might be, or I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Plo Koon in a throwback scene in Ahsoka.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be like a perfect place to put him in, actually, because we know those two were close.
Yeah.
And definitely Ahsoka coming. I can't wait for that series, man.
I cannot wait, bro. Definitely cannot wait.
Yeah, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
And again, here's another look at Ahsoka that came
out. He made to go down to that Ahsoka.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
This is a limited edition, man. So these are probably gone. So you don't got to worry about those.
Yeah, I know.
It's always cool to see new lightsabers coming up in Galaxy's
Hell yeah,
Edge.
it is.
It's just that it's kind of difficult whenever something new comes out because the lines get ridiculous.
Ridiculously
Yeah,
Bro, I remember like at nights. I mean, at Disney After Dark, the line, bro, it was so long. There was no way, and that was basically Disney After Dark is when they released the Ahsoka hilts. I was so mad because you couldn't get in. Yeah, you couldn't get in.
You were there the day that they dropped it over there.
Yeah, that was Disney After Dark when we were there. I was like, yo, come on, man, really, seriously? Yeah,
the line stretches out to like all the way to the entrance.
Yeah,
of the land itself.
Wow.
Way down in the end.
Way
Crazy.
Way down.
Definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 1/6 says it's badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eric Heinke says Hot Toys Plo Koon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. That would be great to see. Pedro says Plo Koon is like was almost in Mando season 2.
Yep, he was.
Well, kind of. I think that was kind of a misdirect, intentional misdirect, wasn't it? So you got to keep Rosario Dawson surprised a little bit, but could you imagine though if that would have turned out differently instead of seeing Luke?
It would have been Plo Koon. That would have been. It would have still been incredible. It would have still been cool, but you would have had to explain it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because we saw him die. You know what I mean? So unless he jettisoned out of that ship.
I want to say that he possibly did, but the thing is that when we see him, he had already been struck. The ship had already been struck. It was like right in the middle of blowing up.
Yeah.
There's no way he could have made it out.
No way.
I don't know about that one, man, but yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff coming out.
Yeah,
I'm all for it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, it is.
So another thing, something really interesting happened. I want to say, what was it, earlier this week? If you remember. So let me go and pull something up here real quick, y'all. Because when I heard of this, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta look more into this. So there's a fan edit of the Obi Wan series.
Yeah.
Right. And someone out there, I forget his name, something Patterson. So he dropped his own fan edit, and it caught of attention from a lot of distributors or some of these websites. I think it was it the Hollywood Reporter actually caught wind of it. Yeah. And they posted an article and some other sites as well. Slash Film amongst others. He caught a lot of attention, man, and let me go ahead and play this little TikTok just real quick.
The Obi Wan Kenobi series should have been a movie, and I have proof. I actually took it upon myself to re-edit the entire show into one 2.5-hour movie. While going through all 6 episodes, I really noticed how much fluff there was. A lot of scenes that literally just added too many frames to each shot. Probably just to fill some time quota that they needed. I also changed some of the ordering to some of the scenes just to make them more effective or impactful. I tried to make Reva more menacing. I feel like something that always makes characters less menacing is when the characters around them find them annoying. I had to keep some of that in just because it, had to do with the story, but as much as I could, I took out anything where the Inquisitors were trying to question her authority. I also fixed some things that I just found really annoying, like Vader just kind of like sitting there watching Obi Wan get away after he kind of burns him in the fire. So I went into Blender and I kind of just created a new shot, just so I could have kind of the stormtrooper say to Vader, like, oh, should we pursue him? He's getting away, he's got friends. And then I painstakingly went through, like, anytime Vader speaks in any of the movies, and I kind of had to cut together a sentence just so that it makes a little bit more sense why he did nothing, and they didn't grab Kenobi.
So
Wow.
yeah, this guy said he's not an editor. Bullshit. Look what he did. He went ahead and created no new stormtrooper and just edited the scene completely out, man. I mean,
yeah.
Real quick, shout out to RMD Collective. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
So this thing dropped, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. So I only got as far as basically episode 2 of Kenobi, where he's out looking for Leia, and he's out in the spice lab. But what he did in the beginning, man, was really
amazing.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot that was actually taken out, and it really, it really tightened it all up. As Beam, what's going on, Beam? What's going on, brother? And yeah, it was, from what I saw, it was really good. I thought he did an amazing job. One of the things that I wasn't really that much of a fan of is that he introduced some of the older music from the original trilogy into here, and it kind of, to me, it kind of took me out of it. You know, just a little bit. Like, so there was like some of the parts when we first introduced to Leia. I love how tightly knit this thing is.
Yeah.
When we see Leia, we don't see none of the prep when she was preparing to go somewhere else. It was supposed to be somebody else.
Yeah.
We just automatically cut to her in a tree, looking at some of these ships that are passing by. Then her mom comes by, gets her in trouble, and it was just so tight. I loved it.
It was real tight.
It was great.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes that were moved around and re-edited, like with the Jedi, with the Wandering Jedi that was out there, instead of first showing him off in that establishment where the Inquisitors find him, they actually show him first when he sees Obi Wan out in the desert. And then later on, we see him again when the Inquisitors find him, and they allude to actually killing him there. Which was great. So they set up the protagonist at first. We see what Obi-Wan is going through, and then later on we're introduced to the antagonist after the fact, and it's just, I loved it. I loved the beginning was just amazing. It's just, I just wish I would have set more time to actually watch it. But yeah, Rrr Mmmm, did you actually finish the cut? And if you did, what were your impressions of it?
Yes.
We're doing a show.
Well, I was looking for the photo I wanted to show for what I thought was the most significant thing in the entire film. Because there were so many things in the film that were, or at least in the series, that, you know, like under the trench coat scene.
You were doing the same thing I was doing, trying to prep, because I'm trying to find the photos as well. Because there's a photo, one that I'm looking for with the scene, the most important, one of the biggest scenes for me was the Anakin scene, that vision, and I loved it the way they did it. But I was trying to find it, but I can't. But yeah, you go ahead.
Well, another part that I was also thinking about was, it's pretty much this.
Definitely. Look at that. Look at that. That's,
he de-aged the right way. Yep.
So what is it about the fans actually, they can take something like this and cut it to the way that it should have been presented.
Yeah.
Right. Everything down from the de-aging to tightening up the story and just presenting it more, you know, in a fashion how it should have been more presentable. I think it would have been way more better received if it was cut as a movie like this instead of going through the series like it did. But
and that's the strange part, though, is because if the fans can edit, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But it also speaks to the point where sometimes I feel as though they're rushing to do things instead of taking their time. And when a fan basically shows you how he can take his time, go through, take out like some of the scraps, you know what it felt like? Remember in Iron Man, what was it? Iron Man 2. When he basically found out that his father was trying to show him something. you know, his father was teaching him a lesson, and he went and he actually he went and he got those pieces. You know, when he went and visited Pep, he saw basically that, you know, the whole layout of the Stark con or whatever was going on. He took it home. He created a new element, but when he did it, he started pulling things out of it to kind of more refine and make sure that that element was created. That's what I felt like this guy did with this edit. Like he went through, watched, and just start pulling pieces out and reconstructing and putting it back together the way it should have been. So I'm not surprised by watching it that he got the response that he got. I mean, from everybody, to the point that even people who hated on Reva were like, yo, it made the character more interesting. You know what I mean? Like it made that even the dialogue, everything matched, everything was off in certain points. I like what he did when they when they went, you know, what he did actually when, you know, when he went to rescue Leia from the Inquisitors at that point, and how he edited that even when they were escaping, it looked so clean. And I'm like, damn, like why wouldn't Disney take the time to look at those things? Who did they have editing this film? You know what I mean? Or this show? It made
it's the writers.
No sense.
It's the writing, bro.
Well,
it's the writing.
The gentleman who did the editing on this edit mentioned how it was important to him to edit out time periods where he felt there was fluff, where the scenes just didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But another thing that he did was that he decided that he was going to change some of the music and the background music for the story, so it made more sense. And I did, you know, who doesn't love the soundtrack for Star Wars? And it's wonderful, but there were some parts where what they added in the Obi Wan series, it wasn't placed right, and so I think he took out the best of the season, and there was a lot of sloppy work. It was laziness for some of the stuff that was done in the Obi Wan series. We already know that. You know, I had made a kind of a sly remark before the series started that I didn't want to see a whole bunch of scenes of Obi Wan, you know, like in the desert and kind of, you know, very downtrodden and on the creature and just, you know, like I didn't want to see any of that stuff. And he cut out a lot of that. And I thought to myself, you know, what we wanted to see was like the scene you mentioned, Lael, where he sees Anakin in the desert. You know, that's the kind of stuff we wanted to see. We didn't necessarily need to see Obi-Wan wandering the desert because we kind of knew he was there. You know, the desert's not going anywhere. There's nothing happening in those scenes. And in regards to Reva, he took the best parts of Reva in the story. I love Reva in this. So that just goes to show you she was always had this potential to be fantastic. And, you know, if people could just see this version and say, wow, you know, this really, I think, reflects more of it. But the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan at the end was not believable because the flashback scene was to, you know, Hayden modern day. He didn't look like a Padawan, and everybody knows that. But they were lazy. They just left it. And everybody asked this question: why did they leave it? So not only did he take the best, but he fixed some errors, or, you know, I'm not even quite sure whether it's truly errors. Let's just say it was things that they decided what needed to be in there that honestly did not need to be represented that way. We know that if it was, I'm sorry, but we know if it was another director, the original owner would have never allowed that aging process to
100%. You're absolutely right.
You are absolutely right. I
mean, it is a bummer to say that if it was left in the hands of, you know, of George, you really can't help like what he would actually have done with this thing. I mean, would he really presented this as a series as such, or would he have tightened it up, you know, like Kai Patterson has done and just created a 2-hour movie from it? BFC Collection is asking where can you watch the movie cut. Unfortunately, this is the guy's site is KaiPattersonFilms.com. Unfortunately, he had to pull the film down for now. I think he did mention he's going to work on a 4K cut, amongst other things. So,
and I think he said you have to be like, it's like he's going to have a private. What is it like
maybe like some sort of Patreon or something. That
Patreon, like a members only type thing where you can actually watch it or something like that.
Right. So if y'all want to come check him out over here, keep an eye on his site, and if you guys are interested, just like I said, just keep an eye on it, and he might bring up something again pretty soon. But yeah, again, it just goes to show you, I mean, with what Star Wars can be, you know, with the right kind of love and care.
When you take your time,
exactly. Not behind a company that's just like, you know, just to spit out content just for content's sake, you know, without really giving us a really tight and contained story, without all this extra fluff, and really give the fans, you know, something truly special.
Well,
You know,
another thing that they did, and I'm sure both of you have seen it, was when Darth Vader was fighting Obi Wan in the last fight. Let's say the final fight of the film or the production. The original editor decided to kind of chop it up. And, you know, we had kind of grown accustomed to what we saw in Revenge of the Sith. It was kind of this very long theatrical fight that went on and on and on. And it was very satisfying to see that level of fighting. And, you know, we kind of are expecting that level of quality of a fight. We're not expecting it to kind of like be chopped up every bit to show something else and then come back. You know, that kind of disturbed the groove of the fight. So, you know, some very good person, whoever you are on YouTube, thank you for doing whatever you did. They took the fight and they it might be the same guy. They made it into one straight edit where it's just the fight between Obi Wan and Vader, and it actually makes more sense when you see it just straight through. So, you know, I thought it was very interesting that he did that, and that's what I wanted. I said, I bet you someone's going to do that. And it might be him who did that, but it's just, you know, that small sequence, not the entire film as what this gentleman has done. But I don't think anybody else could have done a better job than what he did, considering, you know, it wasn't his original work. He has to work with what scenes they have.
Well, what he has,
And he even talked about, and Lael, you can probably comment on this about the audio, how important certain audio parts were for him. You know, like I couldn't even think about trying, you know, because Vader has no moving parts. So, you know, the audio placement is very, you know, critical for him, because it could be a gesture or him or moving closer. And it's like, it has to be timed right and feel right for the character. So he was very careful to place certain, you know, switch certain things around so that it makes sense with the scene. And I think we see that when he's doing the scenes with Reva. It's really apparent that she's in trouble. And it's like, oh my God, you know, I actually was really disturbed by it, because I'm like, he's going to kill her. You know what I mean? Like it was believable that she was going to get killed. And I guess in this version, that's what happens, or maybe she survives, but you know, she doesn't make that sudden appearance at the end here. So, you know, we can imagine that maybe she did survive and maybe she appears later on, but it didn't get into the messiness where we have to see her where she's all messed up and she's, you know, all crippled. And I'm like, I don't want to see Reba like that. I want to see her strong, you know?
Absolutely.
And what I liked about it too is that he revamped, because in certain parts, if we know when we were watching it, there were certain parts that we know the presence of James Earl Jones's voice, and we know how deep, how bassy it is, and how the presence of Vader needs to be heard. He amped up and beefed up Vader's audio to whereas you can hear him more. And I was like, yo, how like you can like more of a presence, more of a threatening presence, bro. And it felt it felt like Vader. Even like some of the times that we would actually see him walking and you didn't hear him so much. You didn't hear his breathing as much as you should.
Yeah. I noticed that actually when I went back, I did go back and watch some of the episodes again.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't binge it entirely, but I did notice some of the times when we would see Vader, he did lack presence. He seemed kind of monotone. Yeah. You know, and in a sense, while it was great that it sounded just like him, but I just feel like there wasn't any kind of some sort of like emotion,
no
balance,
behind his voice, nothing to it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And to hear that the fans can actually do, bring that up a notch.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys.
Bro.
So they just, they just gave us like half of something, and then, like I said, the fans will just take it and, here's what we should have gotten and run with it. Yeah, exactly, man. It was really,
and it was
cool.
So good. I was excited to see it and see how well it was done. Yeah, they definitely killed it, bro. Like he killed it. But at the same time, he just explains how the love that he has for Star Wars is the reason why he did it. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, the love that we actually have for Star Wars. That's how it always is, bro.
And the other thing, gentlemen, that I want to bring up is I would like to see what this gentleman could do, or if he hasn't already done, with the Book of Boba Fett. You know, I would like to see what he could do with something like that. In fact, I wouldn't be so against him bringing in some arena scenes, or like to add to whatever his edit would be that he feels is appropriate. I think he could do something with it, and it would have a completely different feel to the film, let's say to the series, and it could rejuvenate interest in the series in a way that, I mean, look at what the arena figure is doing for Boba Fett in a sense.
Yeah,
that's generated a lot of interest again, and that's a different time in his life. So it would be interesting if he could somehow incorporate some of that past that we've always wanted in the Book of Boba Fett into that series, but in a movie form. Maybe some of those flashbacks, some of the flashbacks will be, from, the prequels or the original series, it would be kind of cool. And he could kind of change it around. The scene where Boba Fett goes, it's not Boba Fett, it's Jango Fett, but he could make the suit dark and it could look like an arena scene. I'm just saying, like you could do something like that. And you can say, oh, wait, is that the Jango Fett scene? You kind of recycle these scenes so that they have a certain look to them. Make it black and white. It looks like he's wearing the arena suit now, So, there's so much he can do with the material and the amount of footage that Star Wars has already. I'd like to see what he would do with the sequels.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that it's a possibility that, and I'm not, and this is a stretch, but do you think it's a possibility that we could see Disney now, I'm not saying that they would hire him or not, but do you think it's a possibility that we could see them go back and do re-edits on some of the stuff, basically because it's inspired by people like this individual? Go back and run a re-edit and say, like, this is a director's cut, or this is a certain cut of, Obi Wan. Do it as a re-release so people can enjoy it. Like, that would show us as fans that they're listening and that they understand that we need it and want it more. And I think that we would respect them more if they did something like that. And then just by them, contacting this guy and letting him know, that they respect what he did. I mean, that's a sign, especially if you want your ratings to go up on a show that people had, problems with. That would be amazing. You know what I mean? So who knows?
I think it might be something that could be a potential if there is a change in the way that Star Wars, the IP is being run. And we haven't fully gotten a confirmation that there will be a change, but I have a feeling there will be a change because management, the highest manager has changed and has indicated that he wants to make a change where they're mainly focusing on the quality of the work, and they're stepping away from any other issues of what it was focusing on. And to be honest with you, he might not have had anything to do with this series, but I think going forward, his main focus, he wants to focus on the quality, which they've always known, get back to the business of making quality shows that they can make money off of. And, if they can focus on that and that becomes the focus, then we won't see stuff like the Book of Boba Fett anymore, or even some parts of Kenobi, because, and I had heard some kind of, it's not entirely true, but I've heard the possibility of the idea that the Kenobi series was made in a certain way to demonstrate that when they're focusing on stuff that's not mainly, the Star Wars universe, or putting in fluff or things that would not be successful, then that's a justification to move away from that direction back to what we know Star Wars to be. So, if they can look at it and view it from it that way, that's great. And I have a feeling as well that what will happen is that even if there are fans who completely loved the series, which I'm sure there are, and I'm very happy for them. I'm ecstatic for people who loved it. They're going to still love whatever direction they go into from that point on, because there won't be those wasteful moments. It was not a perfect series by a long shot.
Not at all.
Mandalorian wasn't a perfect series, but we didn't have scenes like hide you under the trench coat. So, certainly, some of the scenes could have made it on the editing floor. We could have said, let's just get that scene and let them be outside or something. Who cares how they got there, but don't give me the trench coat scene, because I know that there are other things that are hiding under the trench coat, and it's not a little girl, gentlemen. I don't need to be fooled by anybody. You didn't fool anybody with that scene, guys. So, you know, I think that is something that, as from a professional standpoint, looked very unprofessional.
Yeah. Yeah.
no
That,
doubt.
yeah, definitely.
But Leo, to your question, I honestly don't see that happening under Chapek's regime at all. If it was under Lucas, maybe, because Lucas always like entertained and approved fan films, you know, 100%. You know, so I'm sure all of this stuff would have been allowed, you know, under his ownership. But right now, with the current Disney regime, I don't think there's any way that's actually going to happen.
Well, not him doing it himself, but if they would do it, if their own editors would go back and do something like that. But then again, it's like it's already out, and they probably like, you know what, let's move on and we'll just improve on something else. But I'm like, come on, this is OT character. Again,
if it was actually George doing it, you know, he'd come out with a special edition, man.
Hell yeah!
How many times has he come back and edited Star Wars over and over and over again? And the last thing we got was what, McClunky? And we're left with that legacy. So I'm like, yo, you know, there comes a time when I guess enough is enough.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
true.
It's kind of a bit of a dangerous
I can say that is in the Obi Wan Kenobi series, we got flashback scenes from previous films that Disney had nothing to do with, right?
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that they're not going to be pulling the trench coat scene to use as a flashback scene in the future in any series whatsoever. I would be greatly surprised if that was a scene they focused on. They're going to focus on the better scenes in this series. So there might be like a highlights reel, you know, like where they might focus more on what they consider to be the more relevant parts of the film. If anything. And I thought they said they were making a film out of it and we're going to release it in the theater, but maybe that was just a rumor.
I don't know.
Probably. I remember seeing that too. There were like little images before the last episode came out, saying that it's going to be like a 2-hour movie, get your tickets here. But I'm pretty sure that was like fan shopped or something like that. You know, but real quick, let me check in with the chat again real quick. Tobor's in the house saying, what the hell how am I missing this show? Bro, you know what? Better late than never, Keith. Hey, man, I'll see you this Sunday, man. We got a Frankenstein trip coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great to see everybody. It's gonna be great to see everybody. Pedro says that Vader is not Vader without James Earl
Look at
Jones. You're not wrong, bro.
Leo, we didn't go to Frankenstein's.
No, we didn't, because they didn't take us.
Come on back, you guys. Come on back. We'll go.
We were there for like a whole week and they didn't take us, man.
We had other plans, man. You can't do SoCal in a week, all right? We had so much more going on. I mean, I don't think we had an extra time. But anyway, enough of grilling me. Brandon's in the house saying, just stop by to keep a coolio, beautiful people. What's going on in that Lent? Leo, tomorrow you're going to do some explaining Orange Juice Slim.
The name says it all.
Tobar says that I do have issues with Book of Boba, but it loves Star Wars. Absolutely, man. We all do, dude. And I think the thing is that our issues just have to do with just like the lack of the TLC that Disney is, you know, not really giving to these shows.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean hopefully, you know, everything can actually improve. So, but we'll see. You know what? I don't think we've done this before on Scoundrels, so it's gonna be a first time here. Last night or recently, I want to talk about collectibles, y'all. Specifically Hot Toys. There's been some cool stuff that's been dropping.
Are we gonna talk about the Clone Wars collectibles?
We're gonna be talking about Clone Wars collectible. We're gonna be talking about some of this fun stuff here.
Okay.
So last night, you know, during the summer showcase, we got a glimpse at a couple figures here.
Yeah.
Starting off with this Obi Wan. Yeah. And I know to everyone's, this isn't the best head sculpt. I personally think it looks like Russell Crowe's Jarrell. You know, when I saw it, that's who I thought. So other people were saying, you know, other things. I heard someone say Jeff Bridges. I thought that was actually pretty fun.
William H. Macy.
Dude, the dude.
Mm-hmm, the dude. But I went ahead and grabbed the pre-order. I did.
Who's your pre-order?
Because, bro, there's an exclusive. I wanted to get the box with the 2 lightsabers. Anytime that there's an exclusive, I'm a sucker for it. I went Sideshow.
So you got it from Sideshow?
Got some points on it.
So I'm glad you said that. So I'm going to do it right now. Let me just try to do it because Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm so glad you said that.
So that's just something. Otherwise, yeah, I would have waited. If it's not exclusive that's going up on Sideshow, there's no need to pick this up. The thing is that I remember last year when they did some of these summer shows. Now here's the box. Here's the box with lightsabers right here. That's the exclusive piece right there.
Yeah, that looks great.
So I don't.
And it's
I
only
don't wanna
it's only
miss out on that.
exclusive to Sideshow, right?
It's only exclusive to Sideshow. So
gentlemen,
that's where they get you.
That's the box of lightsabers that he saw in the Kenobi series, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was in the hangar or whatever. And I thought to myself, when I saw the box of lightsabers, that was an indication of all the Jedi that we would be seeing in the series. But of course we didn't. But I'd want to fill it up with a bunch of prop lightsabers to put it in there, like.
That'd be cool.
This
is the box. This is the box that he dug up. Yeah, that one.
I would have to add the other box too. The one he saw where he saw all the lightsabers in it. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get some more 1/6 scale lightsaber hilts to just throw in there. I love the way this figure looks, and I know that Ewan is getting older, and they had maybe this is him in more aged look, and perhaps it's not the best look, but I think this figure looks great. So
yeah, it does.
I really want this figure. I think it comes with some great accessories.
Sucks.
I'm gonna have to get a tiny little Fison little girl.
Yeah, I know. That's what I wanted so bad. I was like, they should have released a Leia, man. It was a chance to do it, and they didn't. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, they should have released a Leia and a Reva and a few Inquisitors. They should have released a few Inquisitors.
I think in time, but Hot Toys usually doesn't really finish up a line, so I'm sure we're gonna see like a couple.
Yeah, true.
And do we get the rocks? Do the rocks come with it?
Yeah,
yes, it does.
Yeah, you get all of this. The rocks. We get all the rocks that that come with this thing.
Yeah,
you can probably
cool,
add your own.
I like it. I think it looks great. Yeah,
I'm out there. And plus, I got a special code. I got a $20 code that I can use.
Dude,
with it.
I just got that this morning after I ordered the damn figure. I'm like, thanks,
bro.
Sideshow.
Yeah, bro. You could actually use that code because it comes up and it allows you to use it for it. So I'm definitely doing that.
Oh, I see it. Your promo code.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
There you go.
Oh, this one's the select one, so it's.
But it doesn't let you do it for the special edition. That's the only problem.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nah, you can only do it for like
they're
the
gonna
regular.
get you there. That's where they get you.
Yeah, they won't let you do it for the special edition. That's the dumb part. So
yeah,
but
RMD Collective says that finally a USB lightsaber light up function. That's big, man. I love that we're getting like USB connected lightsabers. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, but you know what I can use though? I can definitely use my $74.30 points that I can.
How about that?
Yeah, whatever it takes, man.
I can definitely do that, and so that plus my and they already got the shipping there, so that plus the NRD basically brings it down to $223.12. So that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. It's definitely.
So did you guys order the arena suit Boba?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I was able to get on that. It looks nice. I saw some collectors actually picked it up, and it looks. I dig it.
It's dope. It's definitely
I really
dope.
do.
But what I like about it is that it shows that there's still so much interest in Boba. And it makes me feel pretty good just from a Star Wars point of view, because, and of course I know it's where he disguised his suit because he didn't want anyone to recognize him. But I just love that thought. It's like him in disguise, But the other thing that I wanted to mention was when we were all at Star Wars Celebration, they had those fantastic figures, and I liked those figures, but I like this one better. I feel like the texture, because we get that shininess, that really nice. It's not chrome, right? It's just a shiny plastic, but it has like this shininess and a texture to it that I really like more than the other two figures, which were also very good figures. It's just that this one, all the different textures with the shininess and then the dull parts of the material, it stands out more. And the shininess of his helmet is shinier than the figures that I saw at Star Wars Celebration to me. I just like the shininess of it. It feels brand new. It feels, like he just got that fresh coat of paint on that.
Exactly. There's always something about new shiny that we're all suckers for, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this one moved me more. If I had seen this at Star Wars Celebration, I would have bought it. But I didn't pick
for
up the
sure.
other 2 figures. There's nothing wrong with those 2 figures at Star Wars Celebration. But for me, if this were there, I think everybody would
This
have
is
been
where
like,
it's
"Oh
at.
my god!"
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, everybody would have been hyped for this. I mean, a lot of people were hyped for the Clone Trooper as well. I mean, that went waitlisted already,
Yeah.
but not as fast as this did. This was like in a matter of hours, which is actually a trip to see. We haven't seen Hot Toys like stuff move like that in years, bro. So that's pretty cool. OG fan says must have all the Boba Fett's. My dude, yeah, there he is, man.
And I've been
yeah,
seeing a
Tobar says
lot
agree.
of
agree.
people putting this, and you guys have probably already done it or will do it, putting this Boba next to the original costume one, which is a much lighter color. So the contrast between the two, I think someone had said it's ebony and ivory.
Oh, that's right.
You
The
remember,
prototype one, the prototype
Yeah.
Boba Fett. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Beto's asking, has y'all's Boba Fett started to ship yet? Nah. What did they say? Like sometime in September through November, something like that?
It's between. I think it's moved. I think it's basically between now and I think it's between July and September now.
And I think it's also a lot of this. It's kind of funny that we're seeing that I'm kind of focusing, let's say, on texture, on whether something has that shine illumination to it or whether something has more of a matte look. Because when we talk about some of the other figures, which I think we might talk about, that's some of the problems with the other figures that they've made. At least when I'm looking at it, that balance was not right for those figures from what they originally presented to what they were saying is the final item. But for this particular item, even though it is a dark colored suit, it pops out because of those textures.
Yeah.
It pops out because of that reflectiveness. Look at the detail you can see in the chest armor. I don't know what it's called, chest plate or whatever. It's really beautifully done. The sunken in parts that don't have the shiny element to it. It's just
the contrast
remarkable.
with the matte and the glossy. It's a really nice touch.
Yeah, I mean this is it done right. Thank you, S-Beam. And I think that this is the type of design that you see somebody says, I wish they would make a such and such version. This one is just really perfection for and this is how you know it's such a well-designed suit, a well-designed set of armor that you can change the color like this and have such a dramatic effect, and it's still so amazing to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the Empire version of Boba Fett. I think I took a quick glance at a comic, and I guess it's in between when he's taking Han to Jabba. So it's in between Empire and Jedi, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So yeah, this suit definitely makes sense. This sales separatist says that they need to do a real leather Vader with throne. Come on, Howard. Yes, please. I would love a real leather suit Vader, because I mean it's scary. It's heartbreaking to see some of these suits actually falling. apart,
bro.
I fantasize about I assure you we're talking about figures. I fantasize about a fully chrome 1/4 scale Mandalorian figure, and it doesn't have to be Djarin. It doesn't have to be. But when I see something like this one actually hits a lot of marks on it because of the reflective quality. It's kind of like giving me that fantasy of what I'd like to see, because that there are thousands and thousands of different types of Mandalorian armor that's out there. So, getting this, it's really kind of, it's nearly there for me in that sense. And, I think you guys were lucky to pick it up.
Yeah. Well, see,
you get a chance to pick it up?
I didn't know. I didn't pick
Passed on it? Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I had to, because the price of admission for me was that spear. I love that spear. That spear is impeccable. So I was so happy about that, to have that. So yeah.
RMD Collector says, I want to put this arena suit sitting on the Boba throne.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna steal that. idea. I think that's a great idea. But yeah, look at that. Here you go. Zooming in on some of the details there. You see some of the contrast in between the suit.
And OG fan, when Star Wars is just Star Wars, is saying it's a cuirass. You're right, and I'm sorry. I didn't know. the cuirass and the
Oh, come on now.
breastplate. I couldn't remember. Sorry. Thank you for telling me. I knew it had a certain name to it for the armor. So thank you.
I do. Yeah, this looks great. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm glad because before, what was it? The original release date was sometime at the end of next year, and everybody was freaking out like that doesn't make any sense because there's already a batch in Hong Kong of 300.
Now,
What the hell?
I don't know why, but this almost reminds me of the Predator for some reason. I have no idea
It
why I'm
kinda does.
getting that vibe.
Mhm.
It's
I mean, what
just
do you
probably the
guys think?
visor and the helmet. I think. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
that's definitely
badass.
some good stuff. So,
Oh my gosh.
Tobar alluded to this a couple minutes ago. Not these cos babies, but we're moving into this guy right here. Leo, I heard you say you're gonna get this.
Yeah.
Yo, you serious, bro?
Yeah,
dead
I'm
This
getting,
serious.
this thing is damn near 6
I'm
feet
getting
long.
that.
I don't care,
You too? Wow.
Yeah,
I
I'm
So
getting
don't
that. I
regardless
got
of
the
regardless
razor
of how many
crest.
boxes it comes in,
I
bro.
don't
regardless of the
care.
shipping cost,
This is the end, regardless, bro. This is the N1 that as soon as I saw it in the episode, bro, I was like, yeah, I have to have it because
Yeah,
I've
I'm
always
definitely
loved
getting
the N1. I've loved the design of the N1 Starfighter, bro. I've loved it. I've loved where it was derived from, just the history of it. And to actually see a modified version souped up like this, bro, like straight up with Din Djarin, you already know it's going to come with a Grogu. That's just a no-brainer.
Oh, absolutely. But
It will.
gentlemen, do we know who's making this? Is this a crowdfunding or is this
this is Hot Toys. This
This
is
is
Hot
Hot
Toys
Toys.
flexing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is definitely Hot Toys. And that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't care. Listen, if I can support, vehicles that we actually get from Jazz Inc., why can't I basically support this, that we actually get something like this? And on top of that, it's just, hot, listen, the difference between, like, look at that, that's incredible. But the difference between this piece and, is a simple fact that we did get a video for it. Like, we got an actual video, we got a preview video for it. And normally when they do those previews, look, they may not do it, but if they do, I'm all in for it, bro. Plain and simple. I just have to do it. I have to.
I think
Yeah, I know a lot of collectors are excited for this. I mean, even Eric here says it's a must buy.
I think if this was HasLab, it would go through. But that's what scares me about if they don't make it and then they show us this incredible looking prototype, right?
It really is. It really is. But to me, this is just something that they're flexing. I mean, do you guys remember like a few years ago when they actually brought out a full scale Millennium Falcon in 6 scale? The whole thing, not the cockpit, but the whole damn ship. I mean, we know that's not coming out, in any way, but they did show a section of the cockpit. They tease us with that. That's something that could have easily been released, but it hasn't come to fruition at all. So when they do stuff like this, they did the TIE Fighter, they did a TIE Interceptor, they did the Jedi Starfighter with Anakin, bro. To me, these are just them. This is just a flex. That's all it is, plain and simple, in my opinion.
That's why I'm kind of hoping that HasLab will do it.
I think so too.
You know what?
I think they'd be foolish not to, because those vintage collection ships, they sell. Yeah. They sell. They'll do really well.
I'm not willing to call Hot Toys bluff on this, bro. I'm really not. I'm not. And the thing is, it's like they're putting emphasis on this for a reason, and they know that it's just basically been the talk of the town right now. I mean, especially from what everybody's been, it's been shown everywhere. And again, like I said, we know that. Here's the thing: I would be willing to say that if there wasn't competition. If there wasn't competition out there, I would definitely be willing to say it. And they know that if they don't do it, then what's going to happen is Yost it's going to catch his eye and he'll produce something like it. Now, if he does it, it's going to be expensive as shit. I'm just saying it's going to be very expensive when it comes to price. So, I mean, it just depends on whatever they decide to do. But I think it's an opportunity for Hot Toys to deliver something special. And, to really put a stamp on something like that and just say, look, like, we're willing to do it. If you're willing to buy it, they know there's a market for it. Why not? But yeah, I love it.
I'll freeze it for you.
I love it, bro. I love this piece.
And Mando has a chrome helmet. Mando has a chrome helmet.
Yeah, that's the one that we're supposed to be receiving. So hopefully it's just as shiny. OG Fan says that this is the show special that's created to knock the socks off of everyone. Just to let everybody know that they could do anything as a toy company. Exactly. Exactly. You absolutely look at her just like, oh, she's all
so sweet.
I love this.
Oh, you just look working out and enjoying himself. And Mando's actually pretty close to him. I mean, it looks like they're far away from the photos and everything, but they're actually much closer. Because I was like, isn't he kind of far away? Wouldn't you want your child a little bit closer? But then I got over that. But, you know, like in my mind, these are the types of things I think about. I'm like, he's too far away from Mando. It's dangerous. He shouldn't be so far away in that little globy thing, but it's not that far. So.
Tobar says that he would get this in a heartbeat. Look, man, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to get my hands on this as well. But the thing is that for me personally, if I want to pay this kind of money, I don't really have the connection to this piece in particular to really drop that kind of money for this. I mean, it's badass. It's badass. Don't get me wrong, man. But I mean, if they would have done the Falcon cockpit again, of course, that's a no-brainer.
Bro, it's listen. I mean,
like
the way I see this is because I mean, again, and the reason why I think it would be smart for them to do something like this. Again, we haven't talked about it yet, but it was that leak of the Mandalorian season 3 trailer, and in it we seen a lot of this ship. We even seen, you know, Grogu piloting it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, we seen a lot of this ship. They're giving us a little bit of the old nostalgic with this, with something new, a new IP such as, you know, Mando. And I think it's hot. It's really decent. Is it a flex? We notice it's a flex. What if they surprise us? What would we say then?
Big if. It's a big if. If they do it, tip of the hat. So you know, if the Brood actually drops them, like, hey man, there it is. Y'all go get it. You know.
I can't wait to get it.
I would love it. I would definitely love it. So we just have to see. I think we just have to see right now, though.
No, definitely. What was the prequel piece you were talking about?
It was actually Clone Wars. And was I guess the Clone Wars figures of Obi Wan.
Yeah. Let me pull that up. Actually, yeah, I just remember that. Let me pull that up. Y'all can go ahead and.
Yeah, you know the one, Lael, Anakin and Obi Wan.
Oh, you talking about the Clone Wars from Sideshow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the other one that dropped?
Ahsoka.
Today?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know
you saw that, but I wanted to ask over here.
Sorry about that.
I think I saw it, but you know, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I can't remember.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
It's up now. Now, take a look.
So for me, I was so excited for the potential of this line. I thought they looked great. The prototypes looked really, really good. But for me, even when I saw them in Celebration, I was like, no. To me, I thought they dropped the ball. I mean, but looking at this Ahsoka right now, I think she looks good.
You're looking at it right now, prototype.
Exactly, and that's
like
what
Snips.
scares me. She looks like she jumped out the screen. And this is I guess they teamed up with TB League for the body, but this is the version of Ahsoka that I wouldn't mind having in the collection. But the thing is that if it were to come out this good, it would be such a disappointment that they couldn't get Obi-Wan and Anakin down right. What they promised us and what they showed us was like, look, I think the body's decent. They look all right. The tailoring looks okay in my opinion. It's just the head sculpt. Or actually the lack of paint apps, in my opinion. What they did is that they just gave everything one. There's no details at all. There's no details, no shading in the hair.
Well, you know, we were looking at a figure a little bit earlier where we saw, and both of, you know, all three of us were amazed at how nice the finish on the arena, goodness gracious, the Boba arena version looked. And, you know, this is another example of where you have a figure that you're expecting it to look like what it looks like in the cartoon, essentially. So, you know, the final product, from what I've seen, it's just a little off. And it's, even though it's a caricature, sometimes those caricatures have to be even closer to the original. And it's more important because it's a caricature. I mean, you're expecting very specific, you know, angles and, you know, focusing on jaw lines. And, you know, in fact, one thing that I noticed right away was that in the Anakin one, he didn't have the scar that he's supposed to have, like across here.
No.
Yeah.
You're
it
right.
wasn't emphasized, and that was a big
Nope.
deal. You know, like it was on his face. You couldn't ignore the scar. So they kind of done away with it. And like what you were saying, Mario, the finish on some of the surfaces was not an appealing look and didn't feel
No.
authentic to what we know from what we've seen in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, what it is too, when some of these animated characters come out, I've seen some of these companies take the time and they actually add in some extra shaded details that stand out, that just make them look completely animated, as if they jumped out of the cartoon, you know, or the animated series. I don't know if I'm allowed to say cartoons anymore, but I mean, if they would have taken the time,
in your head.
I know, if they would have taken the time to do that, you know, just to give them a little bit more care in the paint apps,
Yeah.
I think the narrative would have been much different. It just sucks that, because I know that I heard Lumi say earlier in Brother Cousin stream that there are some collectors out there that are looking forward to possibly repainting the heads themselves, and they're all looking forward to that. But you shouldn't have to. That's the thing.
Nah,
I
you
know
shouldn't.
SB will be doing that.
For definitely, yeah. There
Like
you go.
you shouldn't have to, based on what they promised us with the prototypes. You know what I mean? What we saw originally with the prototypes was spot on, and that's the animation that we want to see. I mean, to me, these are soft. Like they're really, really, really soft, and it's a step down from what we actually got. And it's an animated figure. It's not the actual likeness of the actor. It's an animated version, and there's no way that you should get that wrong. That's why I'm like, as good as that Ahsoka looks,
yeah, it's just fool me once.
Yeah,
fool us a few times, man. It's just that.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, I really wanted to. I really would have loved to dive down this line. And to me, I think Yoda's overscaled as well. He looks just too damn big, you know, in my opinion. But Yoda, he looks overscaled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing about Yoda is that in the animated series, one of his ears kind of curled up and then it curled down. It's a very minor detail, but I don't see that in this version. So it doesn't look like it doesn't look like the animated version to me.
Yeah, it was just it just. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. Like it doesn't make sense. And I was rooting for him too, bro. I wanted them to get this right. I really wanted them to get it right. And I had them. I told you I had them up for pre-order. I had both of them up for pre-order. I couldn't wait. And then when I saw this, you know, because when I was you know talking about this on Brother Cousin show, was when I was watching the unboxing, unsealed and revealed. I was at the gym. I didn't have my glasses on. I was just running on the treadmill, glasses off, whatever. And I saw this and I was like, oh, wow. Like, okay, I'm ready. And I got home, put my glasses on and I watched it again. And I was like, oh, no. And then I was like, that is so soft. I was like, it doesn't look, you know, it literally looks like a Black Series figure. You know what I mean? And I was like, and even some of the Black Series are better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at this like with a high level of disappointment. And I called them up yesterday.
Definitely.
I was like, yeah, I think I need to cancel my order.
You
and
actually
they were like,
called them instead of doing it online.
yeah, well, no, I'm sorry. I did it online. I actually did it through the chat. And when they responded, they were like, well, you have 2 orders here. Which one would you like cancel? I said both, please. Literally. I just said both. And there was no pushback. And it's like they canceled it. I was like, oh, I felt bad about it, but I'm like, man, I just didn't have the confidence behind it, man.
Real quick,
they could have did better.
quick. I'm gonna address this comment. Jan Michael Jameer says that need to say thanks to my 7-year-old girl Kenzie, who was falling in love with Star Wars because of your streams and the Disney content.
Word.
Now bonding with her, watching by the OT and Clone Wars. She especially loves Lael, Rrr Mmmm, and Mario.
Oh man,
that is so sweet. Thank you so much for that. For that. That's awesome.
Yo, that's amazing, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. But now she's watching. I got to make sure we don't curse anymore.
Watch your mouth, Lael. Watch your mouth, man.
Anymore.
All of us.
Now that I know that, you have my word. Like literally, no more. It's a wrap. Like straight up. That's special. That is really special.
It really is. Thank you so much for
that. Is special, man. Thank you so much, bro. Really do appreciate that.
We're happy that we can actually do this for you, because we all love this ourselves. We're all just talking together, man. And you guys are just in our conversation, and Thank you. It means a lot. It really does. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope
Thank
you really
you.
enjoy Star Wars that much more now. So that's amazing. That's
Me
absolutely
too.
amazing. OG fans, it's always the paint applications. I've been modeling my whole life, and the thing is that separated good figures that from great figures is how detailed that they were painted. This is not a high level. I definitely agree, man. That's the thing we've been talking about, just the lack of the paint apps on these figures. RMT Collector says that it would pay for the samples of prototypes instead. Bro, you're not wrong, dude. I would love to. It would be awesome to get my hands on those as well.
It really would.
Yeah, I think Panther Boy says an outcome like this makes me think that Sideshow just rolls with it, and maybe the collectors won't even notice and speak up and complain. Grievous 2.0, bro. They gotta know by now. How many times have we all spoken up whenever Sideshow goofs up like this? We call them out, and they still don't do anything. I don't get it. You know,
Yeah, it's
I don't
disappointing,
get it.
especially with all the hype that we had around this. This was going to be maybe one of the first animated, figures that I was even going to consider purchasing. But now,
Mhm.
definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, did
Yeah,
you actually
no.
have these on pre-order at all? I mean, I did. I mean, when I saw the pre-order, when I saw the prototype drop, I went to my guy. I was like, bro, put me down for one of each. I've been meaning to go back to them since Celebration, and now that we saw them again with on the Sideshow reveals, I'm like, bro, I'm sorry I had to do this to you. So I'm sorry, Steven. Could you cancel these for me, man? And we'll just put whatever I paid towards like another order or something, bro. So he was,
Yeah.
shout out to my dude at Steven's Collectibles, man. I mean, just taking care of me. He'll take care of all
He
of y'all.
probably saw him himself and was like, "Yeah, I got you, bro."
He's on, yeah, Steven. He's a cool dude. He's definitely understanding, man. So, but yeah, it's such a bummer, dude. I mean, it's such a letdown with these things, but
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Hey, look who's
is.
here.
Hi.
Mandalorian Hunters
Mandalorian
in the
Huntress
house.
in the
Yeah,
building.
Yankee Candle Wars figures.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man.
They
Yeah, let
look
me
like
see.
ornaments that you get from Hallmark.
They
Yes,
kind
yes,
of
they
do.
certainly do.
I mean, this is something that I would expect from like Mattel and those little Barbie 2 packs that they do as well. Something like that. I mean, they can't charge this kind of premium for these things. I mean, not with the lack of paint apps that are applied to these. They just no. No, I
Yeah,
think
you
that they just
can.
do this stuff just to see what they can get away with. Maybe, maybe,
You
but I
can't get
don't
away
know.
with stuff like this though, bro. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm reposing the quarter scale. I didn't want to do it as a flex like Mario would, but I'm just kind of
Oh, come
reposing.
on. No, 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 no. Dude, this is our show, all right? You come on here, you flex, you do what you do. I am just
I
here.
know, but here's the
Yo,
thing.
come
Let-
on, come on, come on. You're not
So
getting away with that. Get over here. Let me see this.
so what I'm
Yay!
doing. So all right. So I had to repose it a bit. I mean, so here's the day, and I have to explain it to you.
Mhm.
I was thinking about, and it's just going to be a sin, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I was looking at spacing and what I wanted, and I was like, quarter scale is not my thing. And I was thinking about selling this piece. Honestly, I was.
Mm-hmm.
But I reposed it and I started playing around with it, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it. Like, I just can't do it. Because the thing is, it's so much presence, where it sits. So I was like, I'm gonna just go back and repose it a bit, you know what I mean? And just kind of mix some things around. I want to put the jetpack back on his back because I took it off. I had it on there originally, so I'm gonna put it back on. And I'm just going to do something a tad bit different. But once you get it in hand, it's just like, all right, I can't not do it. You know what I mean? Like, I have to kind of like keep it in hand just in case. But and I'm telling you, it will be the only quarter scale. I'm not getting that boba because
Nah,
I
nah.
can't do it. I
Do you
can't
have the
do it.
Vader?
No, I don't. I don't. I
Dude,
don't. I don't. And I know that would
that
have
was
been
one not to be
marvelous,
slept
bro.
on.
Straight up.
So we're just looking at this from the back. I
Yeah.
mean, can
Yeah.
we see the
Yeah, it
front?
was amazing.
When I'm
Let's,
done.
let's, oh, you're not done with it?
No, I'm not really done with it because I kind of wanted to change it up a bit. It's just it's
All
nothing
right.
really. It's
Okay. No,
nothing.
no, no, no.
It's just
Yeah.
the standard pose. I wanted to
It's
do
so
something
much
else
fun.
with it. It's something else that I want to do with it, and I have an idea. I had it done earlier, but it fell off. It didn't fall, but it's the stand didn't hold the way I wanted. So I have an idea what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do something different.
Mandalorian Hunter says that she's still hyped about Fett. That's awesome.
She is. Yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
It looks good, but I can't. Are you getting Fett? Are you going to get that Boba Fett?
Now, even though it's maybe one of the most perfect figures, quarter scale figures I've ever seen in my entire life, I'm not picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, even OG fans also excited to get it. Cannot wait to have it in hand. That's cool, man. I mean, I'm glad you guys got something to look forward to. I know some of us on the panel might not be looking for it. It looks great. The Tamora Morrison head sculpt in quarter scale. I mean, they killed it. That's amazing. That's amazing what they've done. Pedro says that he is not quarter scale man just yet. Just yet, bro. He's getting there. Lel, you're definitely getting there, dude.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not quarter scale man. It's this is the only like I said, it still has a replacement, and I'm just gonna keep it at that. I'm definitely not diving back in this scale anymore, man. I can't.
Isn't it a trip? I mean, have you ever had that where you like you're thinking about selling something off, and whether you either take it down to mess with it again, or if you pack it up, and you look at it, and you're like, I can't. I'm not ready. It's not time.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever gone through that?
Maybe. I mean, I know I've canceled a few figures that I didn't think I was going to be canceling. Like I had the Boba Fett 2-pack from the Mandalorian series where he's wearing the robe and he grabs his armor, and I canceled that. And I never thought I would cancel that order, but I did because I'm getting the Boba. I think he's on the throne. So I said, you know what? I'll get the robe, and I'll get the robe and another head sculpt or something, and just redo it myself. But I couldn't justify getting another, figures. So, so that was something that I did.
Yeah, with the Justice League, with the Snyderverse Justice League, I was going to sell them off. So they were still here displayed, and I'm packing them up, and I'm going through them. I'm like, it's not time. Because I've got a vision of what I wanted to do because of what with the Avengers and the Justice League, put them together side by side. I think that'd make a cool display, but it's I have a feeling that I would regret it if I sold them off. I mean, right now it's time for me to get rid of them because some of them actually going for pretty decent money. So yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah, no can do. OG fan, what canceled the Boba Fett? Oh,
the 2-pack.
Yeah, I hate to hear it. RMD said, Lael, just keep flexing. Go crazy with it, bro. Come on, man. They want to see it. You got to give the people what they want sometimes.
Yeah, I'm doing some things, man. I'm trying. I couldn't.
No, go ahead.
No, I just couldn't let it go because I started reposing it. I'm like, yeah, it just makes so much sense. Like, I can't do it, bro. I can't.
I feel you there.
Really can't.
I feel you there. Big Bantha Boy says that we need a person who did the Boba head sculpt to take over for Sideshow. Possibly.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice if they can hire some more talent over there just to help out with the paint apps. They do, guys. We saw the Ahsoka premium format over there in Celebration. That looked amazing.
Yes.
Their statues look great, but why can't they translate in 6 scale? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe it's a totally different division. Like they have different people working on it,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 6 scale separatists. I paid a quarter scale money for that Return of the Jedi Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike. Can't wait for that, man. Congratulations, man. I'm waiting patiently for that set to drop stateside before I pick it up. But I am definitely looking forward to that set when it comes in. The collectors in the house with the popcorn. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, I think we can wrap right here.
Yes, we can.
That's yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. And before we actually do, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. You guys, as always, what's going on at Positive Fandom?
Well, what is today? Today's Thursday, so tomorrow on Friday, I had to figure out what day it is. On Fridays, you can catch me streaming on Midnight's Edge in the morning with Tom and Andre. Over the weekend, you can find me on the Post Geek Singularity, streaming with Lael and with Robert Meyer Burnett on Midnight Streams. On Sunday, you can find me streaming on Positive Fandom at 10:30 a.m. in the morning on my live show Sunday Brunch. We do all the parlay in the fandom, so come on and check that out. On Monday night, you can find me streaming on Toxic Femininity with Lorena Creole and Nita Infinity. And sometimes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can find me here on the 1/6 Scale Man Network on Say What or on or or on El Profesoro's channel. And you can also find me streaming with Lorena Creole on our Toxic Male Appreciation Show, which goes live on Twitch on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please do check it out and subscribe to Positive Fandom.
Yes.
Absolutely. Everyone, go check her out. Positive Fandom. Rrr Mmmm is doing great content, man. We love her.
Thank you.
And love to see her as much as possible. So thank you again for coming through. As
Thank
always.
you for having me.
Always. You're one of us. We're all scoundrels together.
Hell yeah.
Well, my
What's
dude,
up, brother?
1/6 Scale Man. What's going on with you?
We can't even
and your
see
channel,
him anymore.
amongst other
The figure's
things?
so
I'm
big.
here. I'm here.
We can definitely hear him.
Yeah, I'm here. So yeah, tomorrow we have Figure Flex Friday, which is the conclusion. Actually, we announced the winner of the May mashup. So that'll basically be announced tomorrow. Then back here, or actually on Sunday, we have the Collectors Lounge International. So always a great discussion over there to have with the boys. Let's see what else we got going on. Monday, we will actually have full-on spoiler talk discussion of the last episode of Miss Marvel, which was amazing. I love that show.
I gotta catch up.
Oh man, it's an amazing show. What else do we actually got? We have back here for Say What next Wednesday. And yeah, we have Uncivilized the week after next. Who knows what we'll talk about, but we'll find something to talk about. And yeah, that's pretty much. I got a couple of videos that I'm going to actually have up. I'm working on that Ahsoka and I'm not Ahsoka, the Anakin Skywalker video with a couple of cameos. So that'll be up probably this weekend. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excited, once again, check out Lael on his channel over there on YouTube, 1/6 Scale Man 2099. Check out his YouTube and IG. Definitely doing some great stuff. As far as myself, not much, y'all. As you can see, I'm sorry for the lack of content that's been going on, but some things personal. It's just kind of hard for me to. I've just been busy and just hard to put some stuff up. But
we got you,
I do plan on getting this stuff up, collection tour. I'll show y'all as soon as that's done. I can start working on the statue display. I'm sure you guys will love to see that as well, and I can't wait. When I'm putting that together, we're definitely gonna be doing some unboxings. I got my Grail coming in, Iron Studios quarter scale Darth Vader coming in sometime at the end of the month, so that's gonna be fun. I've finally got XM Revenant Malik coming in probably sometime in August.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun as well. So we'll do some unboxing on those, and yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun. So once again, I want to thank everybody for coming through in the chat tonight. Thank you guys for the panel as always. Appreciate each and every one of you. And before I leave, let me remind you:
the Force will be with you always.
And we'll see you guys next time.
So uncivilized.